Marcus Aurelius at a Dodger game, Kirk Gibson up to bat. Now, I confess I was not at the Dodger game with Marcus Aurelius, but I also was. And in fact, when I finished this poem yesterday morning, I went to the Getty Museum and walked right smack into Marcus Aurelius on the bottom floor of the West Pavilion, and I have witnesses. In stone, Dodger Stadium, 1998 World Series, Los Angeles Dodgers and Oakland Athletics. Athletics lead 4-3. One man on base. It is the bottom of the ninth. Outfielder, pinch hitter, Kirk Gibson is up to bat. I say to the Roman emperor, who is sitting beside me dressed in his kuriros, have you noticed, Marcus Aurelius, that the sky seems bigger at a baseball game? And the ball is like a small spinning sphere, a miniature sun-bleached earth, its continents held together with red thread. And how curious the purpose to hit it, then return to home plate, to go to a lot of trouble to arrive at where you were in the first place. The philosopher looks at the sky, the ball, attentively. With his serene, noble face, I understand why he's been called by some the purest among the human race. Kirk Gibson hobbles up to the plate, his leg sore. The day before, he could not so much as jog in place, nor swing against the air. I explain to Marcus Aurelius what Kirk Gibson hopes to attain. Marcus leans towards me and whispers, the pursuit of the unattainable is insanity. I too lean forward, say, I agree with about everything you say, Marcus Aurelius. Why, I often go to sleep with your book of meditations by my bed. But could we make an exception in baseball? I tell him more about Kirk Gibson. Once someone said that with his scrubby beard, he was a disgrace to the uniform. Another put shaving cream in his hat. And there was the time the crowd would shout, Gibson stinks! Marcus replies, all that humans set their hearts on in this life is vanity, corruption, and trash. They are like quarrelsome children who are smiles one moment and in tears the next. Outward things can touch the soul not a whit. They know no way into it. They have no power to sway or move it. All right, you are, Marcus. Then the pitch. With each swing, Gibson's left leg collapses beneath him. Strike one, ball two, strike two, ball three balls, two strikes. Marcus, his eyes now focused on Gibson, whispers, Remember, your higher self becomes invincible when once it withdraws unto itself. Gibson steps away from the plate, returns. He eyes the pitcher and thinks, partner, as sure as I'm standing here, you're gonna throw a backdoor slider. In comes a backdoor slider. Gibson swings, crack, home run. If that ball had any inner life, it would probably feel it had just received the original crack. And the crowd cheers as if they indeed have witnessed the beginning of the universe. Gibson hobbles around the bases, pumping the sky at his waist. At home base, surrounded by Dodger teammates, he raises his fist high into the night. As we leave Dodger Stadium, I say, Marcus, did you notice how heroic rhymes with stoic? And that was baseball history, Marcus. We just witnessed baseball history, Marcus. He seems to have a half smile, his eyes now rounder, softer. Even to those whose lives were a blaze of glory, he says, this comes to pass. The breath is hardly out of them before, in Homer's words, they are lost to sight, alike and hearsay. As we are caught in the flow of the departing crowd, Marcus continues. What, after all, is immortal fame? An empty, hollow thing. To what, then, must we aspire? This and this alone, the just thought, the unselfish act, the tongue that utters no falsehood, the temper that greets each passing event as something predestined, expected, and emanating from the one source and origin. But, Marcus, I ask, do you still believe that to pursue the unattainable is insanity? Could we make an exception in baseball? Marcus doesn't answer. The current of the crowd pulls him away from me. Soon all I see is the hem of his purple cloak, swaying with his graceful gait. It too finally disappears into the crowd, but far away, above, a blur of humanity, I see his right fist rising high into the immense Los Angeles sky, and in the distance I hear him shout, "Way to go, Kirk Gibson!"